Alright guys, this is Tacho here, and we're playing some Hunter x Hunter Battle All-Stars today. And we've got a new update, and also Heaven's Arena is back, so there's a couple of things we're going to talk about here, but there's also another thing that's been bothering me about the game that I also want to talk about with you guys. So first up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Gacha. So this week it looks like for every 10 summons we do, we're going to get a ticket. So basically every multi-summon is going to get you a ticket for the ticket banner. And we've got a couple of new units as well. So let's start by taking a look at the rates here. Okay, it looks like 9% rates for the pickup characters, which are 6 stars. And pretty much all of these pickup units are very recent units that we've only had from a couple of updates ago, like Tanker Shizuku and Tanker Phaeton from last time are back. We have that really cool Ubo from before. Also, it looks like Brovuda, that really cool one that I wanted to use. We have Fighter Illumi and Canaria from a previous update as well, and Wizard Crollo. All of these pickup units are pretty recent, so it's definitely not a bad idea if you're interested in trying to get them to do some summons on this banner. And we also have a 6% chance to pull the new Layall and the new Hina as 5 stars. And a 3% chance to summon Flutter as a 4-star. Then we have a 5% chance to get any regular old 6-star, and then a 38% chance to summon a 5-star, and also a 39% chance to summon a 4-star. So not really too much to say about the banner other than the pickup part. So if you're interested in some of the new units, then it's not a bad idea to summon here. Personally though, I wouldn't really summon on this banner. But that's just me, and we're gonna take a look at the new units, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so over here we're gonna find all the new units. Alright, so we have this new NetZero, actually, this fighter NetZero. He's a prize for Heaven's Arena, and I'm gonna talk about how you can get him later on, but he's got 7,200 HP, and he does 9,900 damage per hit. And what his skill does is for 13 seconds, it's going to give himself 5.5 times damage and also ranged attack. So that's actually really good. He's one of the top tier attackers in the game. He's going to be up there with units like Sniper Meruem and Swing Hisoka. But the good thing about him is that you don't actually have to give him ranged attack in the second ability system, because his skill is going to give it to himself. So that's really awesome there. And his support skill is 7 times damage, plus 4 speed, plus 4 range, and plus 450 defense. So a very powerful support skill. Actually, might be the best support skill in the game next to Healer Pitou. But the thing about Healer Pitou's is that she has a HP restriction on hers, and the character she's supporting needs to be above 50% health to get it off. But as far as this NetZero goes, that's not the case, so this guy can always give his support skill. And his abilities are also really powerful. He's got all SP4, no parameter down, no push, no stun, and map heal level 60. So really, if you just get this guy with his starting 6 abilities, he's going to be good to go since he gives himself ranged attack. Then we have this Wizard Layall here. He's got 4,060 health, and he does 2,690 damage. That would have been okay back in the day when the wizard types were really weak, but because we've gotten so far in the game that you can give ranged attack to any unit you want, this guy is actually really weak, and that attack stat is kind of pitiful today. So his skill is going to be 16 times damage to all the opponents, and as long as he has not lost 10% of his HP, he's going to stun all the enemies for 8 seconds. So he's actually a pretty fair stunner, but at the same time, he's really weak too, so I don't know if I would really recommend using this guy over units like Lord Meruem75, who's a really powerful stunner as well. And as far as support skills go, this guy has 5.5 times damage, plus 4 speed, plus 500 defense, and no stun. So he's actually got a really solid support skill. That's a good one. Definitely good if you're new to the game and you don't have characters with no stun. And for abilities, he's got HP up 11, no paralysis, no parameter down, map heal level 70, no push, and SP bonus. SP bonus is going to be really good on this guy, so he can keep on stunning the opponents over and over. But you're going to have to try your best to keep him at full health so that he doesn't lose the stun effect on his skill. So overall, not bad. He's an okay unit. There's nothing really too wrong about him, but his stats are a little low to be considered at the top of the game right now. Then over here we have this really adorable looking Hina. She's a Lord type, and she has 3,980 health, and she does 1,150 damage times 3. So her stats are actually really bad. Those stats are terrible, guys. For where we are in the game right now, that's just not going to cut it anymore. And her skill is, for 18 seconds, she's going to give your team 4 times damage, and she's going to cut all damage by 100%. So she's actually a really good team supporter. She gives a really nice damage buff, and she's cutting all damage for 18 seconds as well, so that's a pretty good duration there. This is actually a really good skill. It's just that her stats are not good enough to compete. And I would compare her to the Killua and the Gon we had on the 70% rates banner, where they give the same thing pretty much, 3 times damage and then 100% damage cut to either special attacks or physical attacks. And because their stats are so much better than her, I would say they're just way better. But for support skills, she has, for neutral Nen types, she's going to give them 6 times damage, plus 4 speed, plus 4 range, and plus 300 defense. There's really not that many good neutral Nen types in the game, but some good ones that come to mind are Meruem and Jin cards. And as far as abilities go, she has some really terrible abilities. They shafted the poor girl, man. Look at her abilities. She has no status immunities at all, no SP bonus, no SP4. It's just really bad. All of her abilities are based on raising her stats, which are already very bad. So I don't know, guys. I wouldn't really recommend this unit for anything. And second abilities, you could make her better with second abilities by giving her all the good abilities that you would normally want. But her starting set of abilities are really bad, and they hinder her usage a ton. The only really standout ability I see there is 31 defense, but other than that, she's just not going to cut it in my opinion. Her skill is really good though, don't get me wrong about that. Her skill is a very good support skill. And finally we have this wizard Flutter here. He's being controlled by Icalgo. He's got 3,360 health, and he does 1,280 damage times 2. So since he's a wizard type, that's going to help him out. He's going to be able to hit the enemies twice and build his skill points faster. And what he does is, for 14 seconds, he's going to cut all physical attack damage by 100%. And he's also going to give your team no damage. So he's another really defensive card, just like this Hina. He's going to cut damage, but this guy also puts up the invincibility, so he's kind of like a 2-in-1. So in case they remove your invincibility, you still have the damage cut in play, so you're going to be safe from any physical attacks. And his abilities are definitely better than the Hina. He's got some good stuff there. He's got SP4, support all immunities, no push, range level up 3, and no stun. So yeah, the Hina that they gave us this week really got shafted with abilities compared to the other two. And his support skill is going to be, as long as all 6 of your teammates are still alive, you're going to get 5 times damage, plus 3 speed, plus 3 range, and plus 350 defense. So it's a pretty solid support skill overall. Not really too much to say about that. Now, what I wanted to talk about with you guys is the redundancy of the units that we've been getting. Like, this is really going to sound negative, but hear me out. I'm not really trying to say anything bad about the game because I still love the game so much. It's just that we're really not seeing anything new or anything fresh on these units. It's like, okay, we're going to make a new attacker. Let's just give him a damage buff to his own attack, and let's give him ranged attack, and then we're going to make him immune to all status effects, and that's pretty much it. There you go. So this NetZero, even though he's a really awesome unit, he doesn't really do anything that's going to differentiate himself from the units we already have that do the same thing. So for instance, Swing Hisoka and Sniper Meruem are pretty much just as good as this guy, and there's very minimal differences between them, so I can't really say any of them are better than the other. Like, of course, Swing Hisoka overall is the best one because he takes the least amount of hits to build up his skill points, but you're really not going to see that big of a difference between the actual performance of Swing Hisoka versus Sniper Meruem. So really there's not too much different about them. And all of the other really top tier attackers we've been seeing lately, like the cross-dressing Kurapika and the tanker Phaeton, they are all also really good attackers and they do pretty much the same thing. So I don't know, guys, the game is getting a little bit stale and a little bit repetitive with all the new units. They're not really doing anything special anymore. And of course these guys as well. This guy here, he's just a stunner. It's like, okay, he doesn't do anything too interesting other than stun. This Hina here, she's like a really good defensive and attack buffer. She's giving your team 100% damage cut and then 4 times damage. But really, we have that already. We don't really need this unit. So, I don't know, guys. And then this guy too, he gives invincibility and damage cut, but do we really need that? I mean, we have that already on a whole bunch of already really good units. So, the game is just getting a little bit stale, and I'm not sure what they could do to improve it at this point, because they kind of dug themselves into a hole with the second ability system. Because right now where we are, if you have decked out units with second abilities like I do, then the game is not even going to be a challenge anymore, and there's nothing to prevent you from using these units. Like right here I have this guy and he's super busted to the max. Like there's nothing that can challenge this unit anymore. And in the event that I need something for defense, I have Meliaron over here who has all of these second abilities, so there's nothing that can touch me with him. And to add insult to injury, I also have Healer Pitou. I don't have second abilities on her, but I don't even need them because she's just so broken with her regular skill. So I don't know, guys. The game is just a little bit too easy right now, and there's not really much that's making the game fresh to play. So comment down below. Definitely let me know how you feel about that. If you think I'm on the spot with what I'm saying, I want to get a really nice discussion started about all of this, because it's kind of been bothering me a little bit after all of these recent updates, and we're just seeing the same thing over and over. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. Let's go over to Heaven's Arena now. We're going to talk about this for a little bit. So I'm not actually going to mention each individual bonus unit for this round, but what I will do is in the description to this video, I'm going to leave a link to the post on the Reddit that Jared made where he describes each bonus unit and all the good stuff. So shoutouts to Jared. He's really busting his ass lately, and he's been doing a great job on the Reddit, keeping the game alive and giving us some good information to go on. So shoutouts to Jared. You are the man, buddy. You're definitely putting it in for the game. So definitely go to the Reddit and check out his posts, because he always does all the translations and all of that stuff. Okay, so what I'm doing, because I don't really have any of these bonus units with 6 abilities for myself, what I actually do is I run 2 W units, and that's going to get me my bonus points. And I also run Swing Hisoka to balance me out a little bit so I don't have trouble winning my fights. And the interesting thing about this round in Heaven's Arena is that you'll notice 1st place to 6th place are going to be able to win the really badass fighter NetZero that I was talking about earlier. But they also added a catch. So now, if you take a look at this, if you come in 30th place, you'll also win the NetZero. And if you come in 100th place, you'll win the NetZero. And 500th place, and also 1000th place. So they're giving out the NetZero to people that place in these specific ranks. So if you come in rank 999, you're not going to get him. Or if you come in rank 1001, you're not going to get him. It's only for the person that is ranked specifically 1000 and specifically 500 and so on and so forth. So this is going to add a whole new depth to Heaven's Arena, and I'm not sure how people are going to decide to play it to try and win the NetZero. So that's a really cool thing they added, but at the same time, I'm not really sure if I'm going to try my best to get the NetZero, because like I said already, he's a really awesome unit, but he's not doing anything spectacular that we have not seen already in the game. So that's it for the video, guys. So there's one more thing to talk about in Hunter Association missions. We have a new mission for this week. If we go over here, we'll see this special mission where you're only allowed to use specialist Nen types, which is good because the specialist Nen types are really good, like Crollo and Pito cards. But I'm gonna read the requirements for you guys. I actually did this mission this morning, so I couldn't record myself getting all the prizes in one go like I usually do. But anyway, the requirements for this are to clear the map. This one here is beat map 1 and you're only allowed to use skills twice. This one over here is on map 2. You gotta do 300,000 damage to Pakunoda in one hit. This one over here is on map 3. You're not allowed to change any of your characters. On map 4, beat it in 60 seconds. And the final one is on map 5. None of your units are allowed to die. So pretty simple stuff, and like I said, I did it in one go, but I actually did it this morning, so I couldn't record myself playing it. So sorry about that, guys. I know usually I like to play one of the missions on camera just to show you guys, but I guess in this video we kind of took up that normal time to talk about my feelings on where the game is headed and the real drawback of what's going on in the game right now with all of these units pretty much just doing the same thing over and over again, and we're not really seeing anything new. So like I said before, guys, definitely comment down below and let me know if you're feeling the same way as me or if you think different, and we'll have a pretty big discussion in the comment section. So yeah, as always, this is Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers, have a great day, and I hope to see you again next time.